Okay, it's Monday, November the 3rd, 4 p.m. We will call the Vigo County Parks and Recreation Board meeting to order. Could I have a roll call, please?
It's November 23rd.
Oh, November, what did I say?
The 3rd.
23rd.
I didn't know if it mattered.
Thank
Okay.
you, it does matter.
Okay, Jeff Fisher,
Here?
Eddie Adams, Abby Desborough,
Here.
Aaron Gadberry,
Here.
Donna Griffin,
Here.
Joe Newton. He's here.
Talk through this. Here.
Tabby Flynn.
Okay. Let's see, call for agenda additions or corrections, Adam?
None.
Nothing? Okay. Okay, I'd like approval of the October, November claims, so if anybody has any questions, please ask, and if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve. I have one question. This is just curiosity, Adam. Under a special non-reverting operating, there was a very small expense for Harris Sugar Bush. I guess I was just curious what that is.
That's for our maple syrup operation. So syrup supplies.
Oh, supplies. Okay, all right.
Adam. I can't hear you if you don't talk into that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's for our maple syrup supplies.
And then I should know these, Adam, but Hedges Home Improvement for 10,000.
That was for our boardwalk for Fowler Park.
Okay, and then the Hall Excavating.
That was for the tow drain on our dam, Hawthorne.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll accept the motion.
I'll make a motion to approve
These October, November.
the October, November claims for $156,588.45.
Thank you, Aaron. Could I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, Donna. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Okay, let's see here. October minutes. Any questions or comments about the minutes? If not, I'll accept the motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Aaron. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Donna. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Okay.
Okay, we will be on to comments. Did we have any public? I'm sorry, Adam.
No public comments.
No public
That was
comment.
open for email to Michaela's email by start of the meeting.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any comments?
I would like the pandemic to be over with.
I'm with you, Donna. I'm with you. Okay, so we don't. We will move on. What about our capital improvement plan, Adam?
All right, I'll get through this as quickly as possible. In your email was the first one I'll go through is for pavement solutions. That was for resurfacing of Prairie Creek's roadways. We've been talking about this for years now, nothing new. We've just got a final number to it. Chris Oakes with Pavement Solutions walked that with us, also taking a look at Hawthorne. But to do patching, crack sealing for the whole park is $23,837.50. I think that's, we did micro seal at Fowler Park, the barn parking lot where it was rutted out, cracked up real bad. We'd done micro seal. It's held up real well now. I think we're in year 5, I think it is, of that project, and it's held up really well. It's a good investment. I've talked to Larry Robbins, county engineer. several other people about the product, and definitely worth the money, worth the time. It's less than half the cost of trying to run out pavement and do kind of that same project. So it's in that time frame where you can still save the road, but if we don't do something here in the next few years, we'll be looking to do major repairs and run out a lot more money in pavement. So they're the only company like it in Indiana. The closest one I think is in Chicago. So the vote I'll be seeking is to go on with at this amount or below with this company. This guy's actually going to send me a couple other addresses of companies in Chicago and St. Louis. If they're interested at all in coming, I'll ask them, if they want to price out a number. I don't think that they're going to be able to compete with this, but just to make sure I get 3 different numbers, I'll ask them. But I think this is probably the number we're going to go with here. So I'll seek a vote to move on with this number, this company, or less if I can find another company, but I don't think so.
And that's the $63,837.50, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay, if not, I'd entertain a motion to accept this bid or one similar to this, correct, Adam? Only lesser amount?
Right.
Okay.
Can't find it.
It's the very last page, I think, Don, but here's mine if you'd like it.
I probably went out of order. I apologize.
It's all right.
So where does it say 63? Okay, I move that we go with bid of $63,837.50.
I second it.
Thank you, Aaron. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. All right, Adam,
Thank
the
you.
next one.
And I'll also tell you as well, I already know that project won't be done until May of next year. Micro seal, just not something we're going to be doing in December, January, so we'll encumber those funds until next year. So looking at water lines, Brian's done a great job getting RFQs out to different contractors. Again, something we've talked about over and over again here in the last few months, gearing up for this project. The water line replacement in Hawthorne's campground, we're still waiting on permitting. Hope to hear back from that here in the next week so we can get started here shortly. But I've got 3 different quotes for you here for water line replacement. If I could have a vote to accept these quotes, that'll get the water lines taken care of in Hawthorne Park. That's 3 different jobs. One for $51,400. That's to replace the water hydrants in Hawthorne Park's campground, direct hookups, go from the roadway all the way through the campground to go directly to the restroom, really make that nice in the campgrounds. That's really going to help out our campers there at Hawthorne Park. To go from the roadway all the way back to Tupelo Shelter and do a couple hydrants there and make that completely new. That one of $26,500. And then the last one at Prairie Creek Park, to be able to go, that one goes all the way from the roadway to the dump station. That poises us to be able to go on through the campground early next year of $13,170. So I would seek a vote. Those are all Langford Construction. For Langford Construction to move on with those quoted amounts.
So when would these be performed, Adam?
Immediately.
Immediately.
We've got 2 out of the 3 that we can do tomorrow. And as soon as we get a permit to do the Hawthorne water lines, we can move forward with those.
And these will be paid for through our edit monies? Is that,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So really you're looking for, 51, 75,
Yeah, we can
Close
do
to
them
90 grand.
individually if you want.
No, that's all right, close to 90,000.
Yeah,
Okay. What was the total? I didn't add them up.
13,170, 26.5, and 51.4.
I haven't found the third one.
It was a lot of paper or something.
So,
I'm on my email.
That's a total of 91, yeah, I was close, $91,070.
There you go.
So that's, okay. Hawthorne, and Prairie Park. Okay,
Yep.
any additional questions? If not, I entertain a motion to accept.
I move that we accept Langford Construction's bids on they're all water lines, right?
Correct.
Correct.
For $91,070.
Thank you, Donna. Could I have a second, please?
I second.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
When was the last time we, like, these water lines? It's been a while, right?
Original install, decades. That's the biggest problem is you go to dig back to make a fix and you can't tie into anything good enough to fix. So biggest problem is just that. They're decades and decades old. Original install of the park, and we go through thousands and thousands of dollars worth of leaks every year before you find one.
So it won't take long we're gonna make up a lot of money soon.
Yeah, yep, that's the goal.
Are those the old plastic or is it gout plastic?
Yeah.
And this will be plastic
It's
as
a
well?
cobbled mess of both, really.
Okay. This will be plastic as well?
Yeah.
I remember last year, it seemed like y'all were constantly, it
Yeah.
reminded me of the little guy with the, putting his finger in the mud, you know?
It's something else. So. Moving on to the next one, Langford Construction's already going to be in and doing the water lines. We sought 3 different quotes for addressing our culvert issues. We've got several culvert pipes crushed, not functioning. Hawthorne Park campgrounds, we've talked about before, is like a lake when it rains. We're going to be doing a lot of grade work in-house, but wanted to have somebody come out and rip out those pipes, roll them in, and patch the roadways and get those functioning properly. Got a lot of sections of road that are dipping down and different things like that. A lot of pipes just failed over the years. Prairie Creek Park is the other half of this, where you can't even see the pipe anymore. It's crushed on the ends, it's buried. Really need to get those functioning right and take care of our infrastructure. So after the 3 different quotes come in, again, Langford Construction's already going to be there with all their equipment. They come out the best quote at $8,700 for Hawthorne Park's culvert pipes and $8,100 for Prairie Creek Park's culvert pipes. So I'd be seeking a motion, even though that's under the limit. While we're doing this, might as well seek a motion to move forward with them.
And those will be done using the concrete rather than the asphalt?
Yeah, I think
correct?
that's going to be the best. They can go
Okay.
ahead and knock that out as long as weather permits, and we don't have to worry about waiting for hot mix.
Okay, so that would be a total of $16,900 for those 2 bids. Any additional questions? If not, I'd accept a motion.
I make a motion to approve the 16,900 to Langford.
Thank
And
you,
I'll
Eric.
second it.
Thank you, Donna. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it.
Thank you, we heard you. Thank you. We're getting a ton of work done.
All right, looks like we got one more.
Yes,
here.
sir. Hawthorne Park, again, struggled immensely with a lot of electrical issues over the years. Crown Electric, as you can see, we had three different companies we looked at to come in and give us a price. Come down to Crown and Sycamore Electric. Crown won out as our best contractor in the end here at $55,050. Really what it come down to was they were willing to bore it. Sycamore wasn't. Crown Electric was the one willing to bore. With all the trees in Hawthorne Park's campground, you almost have to bore that. We've got to cross the roadways in several places. The repair to the roadways and everything else, just, it wasn't even going to be close by the time we got done with this. So this will actually go ahead and get phase 1 and 2 of our electric done. Hawthorne Park's electric will pretty well be done then after this contract. So Crown Electric would actually come in after the water lines were done, get the electrical done, and Hawthorne Park's going to be in pretty good shape. So the electric panels are actually on the wrong side of the campsites. If you're much of a camper and you go to pull in and the camp pedestal is on the wrong side, that's inconvenient for campers. They're sharing pedestals on a lot of campsites, and it's underpowered. So they just, a lot of problems there for Hawthorne Park's campground. So the $55,050, that addresses all the issues that we have. That's putting pedestals out there for, we've designed now pull-throughs, new pull-throughs for the lakeside of the campground for larger campers. Still working on clearing that view shed a little bit more to the lakeside and putting some more 50 amp services in there as well. So I think that's a good deal for us. I think that's going to be really nice for Hawthorne's campground. I'll be seeking a motion to move on with Crown Electric at the $55,050.
And you said they would start phase 1 this year after the water line is done?
Well, we'll encumber the funds after we accept this and get it in PIN because there's no way that Crown Electric's going to possibly move in this year.
Okay.
So it'll be
Next year?
early next year,
Okay.
but before camping season, May 1st.
Okay, good. All right, any questions? If not, I'll accept a motion.
I move that we accept Crown Electric's bid of $55,050.
That is correct.
Second.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Donna. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the ayes have it.
Aye.
Okay, let's see here. Old business. Adam, we have anything?
Actually, before we move on to old business, had a couple other comments
I'm
on
sorry.
capital improvements.
I'm sorry.
Actually, Brian had one comment and I've got one. The entryway.
There you go. So we're still working on the planning for the entryway there at Hawthorne Park and moving the gatehouse. Right now, we've had one contractor put a price in on that. We're looking probably for another couple contractors to try to get 3 bids on that. We're going to widen both the entrance and exit coming out of Hawthorne Park, and then try to get a gatehouse moved right there towards the entrance. Right.
So that was one of our capital improvements we wanted to make, is get our gatehouse moved. It's proven a little more costly than we were hoping. We've been messing around with that for several months now, trying to trim costs, and still hoping to get that done. We just may have to end up doing more work in-house. We were hoping to do to get it done, so we'll keep you in tune with more updates, but we got to try to trim down the stonework on that entrance. Trying to widen that back is proven to be one of the more costly issues right now. So we're going to see if we can't trim that back a little bit so that we can get the entrance widened and get the gatehouse moved.
Is that a 2021 project also, or?
Yeah, split in between 2020 and 2021. Then the other capital improvement plan I wanted to mention was that right now we're doing really well on the edit funds that we've had approved for this year. We're actually running under budget on a lot of different projects. Brian's done a really good job getting these contracts out, working with a lot of the different contractors. So our RTP grant that we've been working on. We have 20% match that we've got to put up for it. And we've made a lot of progress on it as well. So right now it's looking like with some of these funds that we're running ahead on, I'd like to take about, it looks like about $10,000 of that and put it towards the match money for that RTP grant. We'd originally voted as a board several years ago to take our non-reverting funds and support that match for that RTP grant. But those non-reverting funds, we have a lot of opportunity there to do a lot of different things. So as a development project, it makes a lot of sense to be able to use those edit funds to do that. So I don't necessarily need a vote, but if you have any questions, concerns, comments, I know I talked to Jeff a little bit about it, talked to Abby a little bit about it. If anybody else has any questions, concerns, I think that's a good, wise move. No questions?
I know.
Okay. So I think that's good, especially tracking ahead like we are. We're going to get out a couple additional projects than what we thought we were going to, and continue to meet with commissioners and keep them abreast of what we're doing. So.
And you did mention this to the commissioners, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
They were on board. Yeah.
We'll continue to do that and make sure everybody's on the same page moving on into the new year. It's always hectic trying to get from 2020 to 2021, but keep everybody in the loop. And, but I think that'll be a wise decision. So
Good. Good.
That's it for capital improvements.
All right, now we'll go to old business.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Still looking into camp host or camp spot versus Reserve America. Don't have anything new to bring to you. Just want to let you know we're still working on that. Emily's done a great job in doing a lot of research for that. Right now it's $2 to $3 per transaction plus a credit card fee. I don't have anything to bring to you to vote. We're still trying to decide, if we can do it or what that would look like. So that'll be probably realistically early next year before we could make that move. We'll bring a lot more information to you probably maybe December's meeting. But there's two right now really in the running. Reserve America, that's who the state uses a lot, and try to narrow down exactly what the ins and outs to them are. So we're still on that rabbit trail.
Okay. Anything
That was
else
it.
in
That
old
was it.
business? Okay. New business?
So I've got a couple maps to pass around here real fast. So I didn't have time to get this to you in your email. Couple maps and a couple parcel numbers. If you would, just pass those around real quick. We were able to have some more movement in our land acquisition. And I'll be seeking approval to move on a couple more pieces of property for Bicentennial Park. I've got the attached maps, and I know these are properties we've talked about. Abby's on the phone right now, and I know she's aware of the properties. The couch properties in Dresser. So we've come to an agreement, and I wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page before we move forward. We had the two appraisals done. We took the average of the two appraisals for the price per lot that we were going to pay. And that was the purchase agreement that you have there as well for the two different landowners. So I'd be seeking a vote of approval or a vote to accept the parcels per the total purchase of each landowner.
On this couch purchase, is that, it look like there's 3 parcels, and on the map, is that, there's 2 in yellow, is there also 1 in blue there, maybe, is that the 3?
Yeah, there's one that was highlighted by accident.
Can't believe those lots.
You want me to show you?
Yeah, we're not.
These would be these right here. This. And that's all in one parcel.
The only thing that differs
This was all.
Yeah. Yep. That's that there. Yep. These busted in this, and this one.
and this one, okay, all right, got it.
We're empty lots, bro.
Yep.
Okay.
These are all just one parcel. This is just one, 5 lots on one parcel.
I've got mine down there.
$1,000 a lot, that's cheap. No matter where it's at. This has got carcinogenics under or something. Bad.
Now, is that a different one they have, or they have the same one?
Yeah, that's a different one.
That's a different
Yep.
one? Okay.
Oh,
Yep, pass it on down. You can't have it.
I wasn't gonna let you have it.
That one right there.
We had, in our meeting several months ago, we had approval to seek purchase of property within the Bicentennial Park area at or below appraised value. I just wanted to make sure we had it reflected in our minutes that each landowner specific, and for you guys to know when we were proceeding on with each individual landowner.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, all right. Adam, I can only kind of half three-quarters here, but I think just it might be important to say that, these kind of properties are kind of off on the side, but we did approach like other landowners to try and, like, there was kind of some logic to it. But knowing kind of what kind of response we got, we're kind of taking land that we know from willing sellers at this point. We're just trying to
Right.
make sure we get our money spent down and
Yeah, that's important to know that, we had a group of willing sellers that we started with, and then we've worked that down to, we've still got a group of willing sellers, we've got a target area we're working with, and really after this sale, the Mayhair properties have already went through a purchase agreement. They're going to closing next week. After this one goes to closing, we're down to about one more smaller parcels, and we'll be about out of money. So we'll be looking for other funds after that. So.
Those will all get closed before the end of the year, or that's
Yeah,
the
as long
plan.
as
Yeah.
the way I understand, as long as we get a purchase agreement signed before December 31st, we can come for
Okay.
those funds.
Good. So it don't necessarily have to close on the purchase, just
Right.
have purchase agreement signed.
Right.
Okay, great. Okay, does anybody else have any, did you get a chance? Anybody have any questions? If not, I guess we need a motion to approve those, or, right? Okay.
Yep, to accept the
To accept.
parcels, yep. At that,
The
Price.
purchase agreement at that price, okay.
I make a motion to approve the purchase agreements for those parcels.
That one's in.
5,185. And 5,703.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Have a second, please.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Donna. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, the ayes have it.
thank you.
Anything else?
Yes, sir. Real quick, I'd be remiss if I didn't keep on with what I said I was going to do, looking into our barn prices and holidays and scheduling. The barn, we've looked into having a contractor clean the barn. We keep trying to keep the barn open on holidays, Christmas, and it's just not fair to our caretaker, is the only person in our department that works on Christmas. I understand that there's some people in the community that want to rent our barn facility on Christmas Day for gatherings, but especially if we have a caretaker with small children, it's not very fair to them to get up on Christmas morning and have to work. So Brian had sought a quote just to see what ballpark we'd be in to have it ready to go clean the night before, so that we didn't have to facilitate that rental. We were up about $600 or $700 to be able to rent that out. I talked with Abby a little bit about it as well, and some of our other staff members. It just may not be a good move to have this facility open on holidays. I don't know that, I know there's a few people in the community that like to have it on that holiday, but I don't know if it's worth it for our staff to have to be on call on that holiday. They're already on call, they've got to patrol the park, but to have to be in and out of that building and enforce the policies and have to deal with the contractor in and out, I don't know that's worth it, because if we were to do it at that $600 or $700, we probably wouldn't even make any money off that rental. It would just be the rental fee to keep it open. So at this point, I don't think it's worth trying to keep it open for those holidays. Something we can discuss again at the December meeting. I wanted to make sure I brought it up again this meeting. We can think about it and try to bring it up, but I just don't think it's worth it moving forward. The other thing we've discussed in the past is raising our barn prices. Researched a lot of different prices for facilities. Lucky for us, nobody has a facility like ours, really. An establishment like Fowler Park at a log barn like that is really difficult to find that seats 100 people. But I've researched a lot of different facilities, indoor facilities that have full kitchen, restrooms, and what we have. My closest suggestion to what I think we should go to is $100 on weekdays, $175 to $200 on weekends. Right now we're on $120 for weekends. I've talked with a lot of people that think we should go to $300 or $400 on weekends. I think that's pricing us out at that price, and we need to make it affordable, for our community, somewhere that people can still go and it not hurt. But at the same time, we've got a lot of operational costs associated with that facility, and I think to go to that $175, $200, I think is a very fair price for a facility that seats 100 people. That's a really nice facility. So something to think about, something that we can institute starting January 1st and grandfather in anybody that's had a rental reserved already. Something to mull around for a month, come back next meeting and discuss it. But I think that 200 is about where I'm landing at this point. So think about it, look at other facilities around, let me know what you think, but that's where I'm at right now. Also, we have a grandfathered list of some random people that got discounts or free rentals. I really want a policy. Who are we giving discounts to or not? You look at the city parks or other parks, and their discounts are, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, schools, and 501c3s. It's pretty clear, and I need our department to be clear. We work closely with a few other examples like Soil and Water, NRCS, Purdue Extension, people that do a lot of programming in our parks that bring in different groups that it's like a program for Laura, or Rich or people like that we're working together on that. So I can see that. I can see that being a shared cost. Outside of those, it gets a little muddled pretty quick. So it's been a standing case that JI Case, the retirees from JI Case get a rental. I think it's usually once a year at Hawthorne. They built the JI Case wetlands and things, and I don't have much of an issue with that. They usually get one shelter rental a year at Hawthorne. I don't have much of an issue with that. It starts to go downhill pretty quickly after that. So I think we need a very set policy so that when people call, I don't need to stumble or hesitate or start looking through who's grandfathered and who's not. So if anybody wants to give any comments, thought to that, by turn of next year, I'd like to produce a new document. So give me your thoughts, whether it be email or text or by next board meeting, let me know. So, but I can produce a new list and have you review it and approve it, and we can move on. So, I think that's about it. That's about it.
Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Actually, right before you adjourn, one more thing. I always have one more thing. Always. The December meeting is on December 28th. Nobody wants to have a meeting around Christmas, but December 28th is just about the best. While we're all sitting here together, what does December 28th look like for anybody? That is the week after Christmas, the Monday after Christmas. I don't think anybody wants to do it before Christmas.
I'm out of town that day, but that's fine. I mean, don't have to be here, so.
Are you saying the 21st could be an option?
It could be.
Yeah, I'm available on the 21st.
I like the 21st better myself, but I don't care.
Abby, does it make any difference?
Yep, sorry, I was looking at my calendar. The 21st is fine. As long as I'm not quarantined.
I think that goes for everybody.
As long as I can bust out.
I think that's gonna be better for me too.
Joe?
The next meeting, our next first.
28. All right, you?
Most everybody said the 21st.
Everybody else is saying what?
21st.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, if everybody's good with the 21st and prefers that, I'll send out a agenda notice the week before.
Good
Make
for
sure.
you guys?
Yeah.
We get paid to be here. So, well, I'll send out an agenda notice the week before and make sure everybody knows of the change of date. Make sure this room's available, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Adam. All right, motion to adjourn's okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Make it.
Yeah.
Motion, okay,
Motion to
we're adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.